start a brand new game. Just slightly there. Okay. Whee! The ball. Or just get everything out first. You're being productive? Oh my god. Lucky. How goes it? I'm fairly tired. I am fairly tired because I've done yard work the last, I don't know how many days. It's been like nothing but yard work. Yeah, I went outside and I'm instantly sunburned again. But yeah, finally go outside, get some yard work done. Speaking of yard work, so my neighborhood did a community cleanup day, which is awesome. I'm glad they did. But the issue is they had to cut it early because someone ruined it for the rest of us. Because, yeah, someone like decided that they were gonna throw away something that caused them to have to close up early. Yeah, it was not fun. Yay! Yeah, so the whole cleanup event was this company came in with a bunch of dumpsters. The things you could throw away were like tree branches, old furniture, debris, all that fun stuff. And someone decided that they were going to throw away human waste. They threw away human waste. And that's a big no, you can't throw that away because that's not something you can throw away here. So it forced them to close up early. Yep, McOcean, hello. I'm doing good. I was just telling the story of my neighborhood cleanup day that did not end well. Because notice that my neighborhood had a ton of people with like debris in their yard, and they're like, you know what? How about a free cleanup day? We have a company that will let you use dumpsters. It was free dumpsters for us to use to throw things away. And it was supposed to be from like 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. And my husband and I, we got like a good amount done that day. And we were like getting towards the end of our pile of like sticks. And I went to drop off the carload that we had, and they're already closed. And I'm like, hey, what's going on? Why you guys closed early? And they're like, someone decided to throw away human waste. And I'm like, what? So yes, someone decided to ruin it for the rest of us. So long story short, I still have a ton of sticks in my yard. But one of my neighbors is gonna be really nice and let us use his wood chipper for those sticks. But yeah, that's pretty much how my weekend went. I know, I was like, oh, free dumpster. We can finally get rid of all these sticks and not have to worry because, yeah, we got a letter in the mail saying, hey, you need to clean up your yard or we're gonna take legal, like you have 2 weeks to clean up, essentially. And it's just like, okay, we've never got this notice before, but okay. And so we were trying to take advantage of this free, like, cleanup day in order to get rid of all that, but unfortunately someone's like, oh yeah, let's just ruin it for everyone. Someone threw away literal shit and was like, yeah, no, it's gonna ruin it for everyone. And it sucked. We are working on getting everything clean. So yeah, that's how my weekend went. So yeah, I'm a little bit on the sunburnt side. Just a little. Oh. That's the only thing left? Okay. Yee. All complete. We're a cosplayer. Get the right. Oh, yeah. I was slightly confused for a second. Cube. Toothbrush. And toothpaste. And a razor. Pop.
Welcome to this little part of the internet. Feel free to lurk while Ari does her thing on stream.
Also, I apologize if our little cat friend is too loud. Got their boxes over here. Okay. It's really hard to get my little chat to be like the perfect volume. And expert. I don't know what that's called. GameCube, that's what it is. God, to be fair, I never owned one. I never owned a GameCube. Really? But the clippers fit so well in that drawer. I don't understand. Eh. 2010. Oh, there's a time where we move in with the dude. I only have one. Go up here? Nope. What do you mean the toaster doesn't go on the... That is like the perfect place for it. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess. Not where I would put the toaster because I don't know any toasters that aren't plugged in. I don't know, that's weird. That seems a bit weird to me. back into like a better environment. Oh God. I'm about to say I don't even eat toast that often. But then you brought up Pop-Tarts and I'm like, oh no, my weakness. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of toast. I never really have been. Toast is just not my thing. Do you go there? No?
Drink your damn water or else you will get
God damn.
dehydrated.
Fine. Fine, I'll drink my water. Fine. I don't care. Are you happy now? I drank my water. I drank my water. Happy? But I don't care for bread. I'm not a fan of bread. That's where you go. Okay. I don't care for bread. Unless it's garlic bread. I like garlic bread. But that's about it. And even then, I don't have it that often. And don't you dare try to take away, like, anything strawberry pastry. Yeah, it's funny because my husband absolutely loves bread. To the point where he will crave bread every once in a while. He'll start craving bread. Don't know why, but he will. And so he'll go for like a week straight of eating a ton of bread. I don't like grape jelly. If it was strawberry jelly, then yeah, you cannot go wrong with strawberry. But I do not like grape jelly. Yeah, I don't like grape jelly. Sorry, Cube. Grape jelly is not for me. Plus, I know, I was gonna say my husband's allergic to grape jelly. No, he's allergic to grape soda. Plus, I just don't like grape flavored anything. Grape jelly also just, I don't know. I don't think I've ever had marmalade. What exactly is marmalade? Is that similar to like, that sounds so stupid. Trust me, I'm about to sound really stupid, but is that similar to like jam and jelly? Yeah, I've never had marmalade as far as I know. Speaking of jelly, something I miss is my grandma would make homemade jam, and I really miss having homemade jam. Like her and my grandpa would go, they would either go pick strawberries because they're blueberries. My grandma would make homemade jam, but yeah, my grandma and grandpa go to the local blueberry pack. There's like a really good deal. Pick like baskets full of blueberries for like $5 to $10, something like that. And you keep whatever you pick. I've never gone apple picking. Okay, marmalade is a preserve or confection made of the pulp of fruit, such as, don't know that word, pear, apple, orange, etc., boiled with sugar and brought to a jam like, ooh, nice. Like my grandma has been doing this for years now. My grandma also cans tomatoes, so we have like fresh canned tomatoes. You know, I'm not ashamed to admit it, I still sleep with stuffed animals. Mainly one stuffed animal, though. Nothing to be ashamed of. It was kind of funny because, like, after getting married and moving out and whatnot, the first time my parents came to visit, they looked at my bed and was like, you still have your stuffed animal from years ago? Like, specific stuffed animal was my first stuffed animal. So, yeah, he's like almost the same age as I am at this point. And they look and they're like, you still have him? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna just get rid of him just because I'm married now. And they're like, well, what does your husband think? And I'm like, he doesn't mind. Exactly, like, my husband knows that this specific stuffed animal has been there through everything with me and is like the comfort thing I have. Exactly, like my husband fully supports me. My husband buys me stuffed animals sometimes because he knows I love stuffed animals and he knows there's nothing he can do to stop me from getting more of them. Last year, my parents came to visit, and I think it was either last year or the year before, I can't remember now at this point, but they came to visit, and we went on like a mini vacation, because at the time, my husband was still away overseas due to work, and so my parents were like, well, since your husband's still gone, why don't you come with us on this like trip to Mount Rushmore? And so while we were there, I bought this really cute little stuffed, was it a moose? I want to say it was a moose that I had gotten. It was really cute. And so my parents, like, looked at this really cute stuffed moose I got, and was like, what are you gonna do with that? Like, why'd you buy that? You're an adult now. I'm like, cause it's cute and I want it. Like, they can't seem to understand why I like stuffed animals, because to them it's like, oh, it's childish, and I'm like, but it's cute and fluffy. Cute, fuzzy, and something I like. And I remember I even texted my husband, I was like, do you have an issue with me loving stuffed animals? He was like, no, where's this coming from? I was like, my parents. It makes you happy, so buy the stuffed animal. But yeah, my husband's like super supportive of me when it comes to things like, if you like it, get it. I ended up getting like 2 different stuffed animals on that trip. Yeah, I got a moose and a buffalo because I thought they were like super cute. After a while, I just started ignoring them. Like, I love my parents. They did their best to give me a good childhood. Hell, my dad used to play Dungeons and Dragons, even in his like 20s, I think, I want to say. He used to have a group where he could play Dungeons and Dragons with friends, and yet they criticized me for loving stuffed animals. It's like, really? You used to play Dungeons and Dragons. I don't want to hear it. I have nothing against Dungeons and Dragons. Let me make that clear. But it's just, why are you criticizing me for the things I like? But they're okay with me liking Disney well into my adulthood, because my mom used to work at Disney. So Disney's fine, but having a thing like loving stuffed animals and whatnot, no. That's where you draw the line. Oh yeah, no. There is nothing wrong with that. I watch Miraculous Ladybug, okay? It is one of my favorites. Is it flawed? Of course it is. But I still like it. Wanna know what else I watch? I also watch Bluey. Bluey is such a good show. Woo! We did it! Yeah, I can go on and on about Bluey. That's one of my favorite shows to watch. And, like, weirdly enough, it gives me nostalgic vibes from when I was a kid, even though it's a newer show. Like, I don't know how, like, the best way to explain it. It just brings me back to when I was a kid. And it's just so nice. Such a cute show. Oswald! Oh my god. Gives Noggin vibes with shows like Oswald? Yes, it does. That's why it feels so nostalgic. I'm trying to think, what other shows did I watch as a kid? I watched a lot of TV. See, I remember, funny enough, when my TV first got Nickelodeon, which is, it's kind of weird to think about because, like, it just makes me feel old. But I remember, watching TV, and the next thing I know, Nickelodeon was suddenly there, and I'm like, oh. And it was advertising SpongeBob. And I'm like, ooh. Yay. I now have something new to watch. No, I didn't think like that as a kid. If anything, I thought, ooh, fun colors. Let's see, what else did I watch? I also watched a good amount of, like, Disney Channel movies. Or not just movies, but TV shows. Because, even though my family didn't have Disney Channel for, like, it wasn't until I was closer to maybe my teens when my family finally got Disney Channel. It, like, I was probably somewhere between, like, 10 or, like, somewhere in between 10 to 13, I would say, when we got Disney Channel. So, most of the time, when it came to Disney Channel, I watched it over at my grandparents' house, who had satellite. And so, I watched, let's see, what did I watch? The Doodle Bops, of course. My sister and I had a crush on, well, at least I had a crush on, I think his name was Mo, the orange one. But yeah, we watched Doodle Bops. We watched a lot of, like, Disney cartoons, like, Dave the Barbarian was one of them that I watched. Did not really watch DuckTales. Not until the reboot. I remember, like, the old DuckTales was, like, sometimes on, like, as reruns, but I didn't actually watch it that much. Same thing with, Rescue Rangers. It was, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, I want to say. Is that right? I don't remember. Something like that. Yeah, I watched a fair amount of Disney Channel once we actually got Disney Channel. Yeah, I didn't really watch, like, I remember it coming, like, Rescue Rangers came on, like, would come on every once in a while, but, like, I don't really remember it that well because I didn't really watch it that much. Compared to, like, other shows, like Dave the Barbarian. Why is that the only one I can seem to remember right now? grandma's getting up there in age and doesn't understand why the world is changing. And it's kind of hard to explain to her why she can't say those things anymore. She was even like, why are, like, good, like, things that used to be good now considered bad? And I'm like, what do you mean? And, like, she tried to talk about the pride flag, but she talked about the pride flag in a way where it's like, are you for or against it? Like, it was hard to tell with her. It's just like, I don't know if you're for or against the pride flag. Spoiler alert, she is, like, somewhat against it. It's so weird. She's weird. And I say somewhat because, like, how she puts it, she's neither for nor against it, but at the same time, she's like, keep it in your house. I don't want to know what you're doing in your house. Essentially, she's like, don't go advertising it. Was pretty much her point. And I'm like, so you're against it. She's like, no, if you want to be gay, be gay. Just don't go around advertising it. And I'm like, Grandma, what do you mean? So yeah, I don't understand my grandma all that well. No, like, what she means is, because I have a pride flag outside, that means that's the reason why I'm having all this issues with, like, possibly issues with my neighbors. Yeah, essentially I shouldn't have a pride flag, quote unquote, advertising being gay. And she was like, well, your neighbor probably thinks you're gay or something, and that's why you're having all this issue. And I'm like, but, like, I'm not exactly advertising it. Like, I don't know. I don't know with my grandma sometimes. But yeah, grandma's like, oh, you're having all these issues because your neighbors think you're gay and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so Grandpa can have his, like, Air Force flag flying because he's proud that he served in the Air Force, but I'm not allowed to have, like, a simple rainbow flag.
Welcome to this little part of the internet. Feel free to lurk while Ari does her thing on stream.
And, like, the rainbow flag I have is, like, rainbow stripes. It's super small. Like, it's barely bigger than the size of a piece of paper. It's one of those, like, really small garden flags. And, like, it's one of those, like, it's cute, and all it says on it is be kind. Wait, was that the last? Oh, we finished it? I didn't realize that was the last level. Oh, damn. That only took us like 2 hours. I was not expecting that.